Once again, you're watching PJ Collection Clothing Online class. In this video, I'll be showing us how to make a button-down shirt. Remember, we're learning how to cut a button-down shirt to be a short sleeve, and it comes with a notch collar. Now, this is an example of a notch collar. What you're seeing here is an example of a notch collar. It's different from your regular collar shirt. This is also another example of a notch collar you're seeing here. This is also another example here. Our main focus in this video is just how to achieve this collar and these two parts relaxed as shown. Unlike our button down shirt that will be standing, but in this case it will be relaxed as shown, and how to achieve the notch collar. Alright, now these are the various measurements. The chest is 40, the sleeve 9, the round sleeve 14, the neck 16, and the top length is 32. Now the depth of the neck I'll be working with is 2.5 inches, while the width is 2 inches. This is what I'll be doing. Okay, this is what I'll be doing. So to begin with, now I'm working with 2 yards by 60. Fabric comes either by 45 inches or by 60 inches. So 45, I'm working with 2 yards. A yard is 36. I'm working with 2 yards by 60 inches. Alright, so to begin with, the very first thing you do, you fold your fabric into 2. You fold your fabric into 2. Now, unlike your regular senator top, now look at the way I did the folding. The opening will be facing you. Unlike your senator top, that this part will be the one facing. But in this case, this open part, you make sure that this open part is facing you. Remember, we said button down shirt with a notch collar. Alright, so after this, now the very first thing you do, you fold. I'm folding 4 inch. Take note, from this open part here, I'm folding 4 inch. If you want to use 3.5 inch, you're safe. But in the course of this video, I'm using 4 inch. Okay, 4 inch. So I'm safe here. So I iron this down quickly. Iron this down. Remember, it's 4 inch. The extent I'm using 4 inch is to avoid the rough part showing. So I'm using 4 inch. Okay, now let me quickly show something. The extent I'm using the 4 inch. By the time these two parts are relaxed, so that these rough edges, take note, these rough edges should be hidden. That is why I'm using 4 inch. Okay, so now you fold 4 inch as shown. This is the first thing you do, 4 inch. So now this part, we're starting from this point here. So the next thing, you mark out 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch goes for overlapping. Remember, like your regular button down shirt, there is an overlapping between the button part and the buttonhole part. So you mark out 1/2 inch straight. So I'm marking out 1/2 inch from here down. This is from the point where I'll start my measurement. So you mark out this down to the end. Okay, so a recap: first, you fold out 4 inch. After the 4 inch, you mark out 1/2 inch down. But this is where you do your measurement from. So to begin with, you mark a straight line, and this straight line represents your neckline. If you've been following up my videos, this line represents my neckline. Okay, now the second line I'll be marking is the depth of the neck. Remember, the neck measurement is 16. For a neck of 16, I'll be using 2.5 inches. So I'm moving down 2.5 inch here. Take note. From here to here, 2.5. Now the width, I'm using 2 inches. 2 inches. So you mark. Now you now make a nice curve as shown. Nice curve. Okay, you now have this. So this second line, which is the depth, represents our shoulder line, which is 2.5 inch. This second line represents our shoulder. This second line here, remember, from here to here was 2.5 inches, this depth, and this is the width. Now this second line, we said, represents your shoulder line. Now it is at this second line you now put your shoulder measurement. Your shoulder is 18, so 18 divided by 2 gives you 9. Remember, you're starting from this 1/2 inch mark because of the overlapping. So 18, then I'm adding 1/2 inch, so 9.5. So you mark. You now connect this shoulder point to this your neck point here. from here, connect this down. Okay, now I have that. Now the next line I'll be taking is the chest line. Now you're doing that from the shoulder line. Remember, the chest is 40. The chest is 40. So to get the chest line, divide the chest by 4 minus 3. Remember, we have the back to cut. So if I should use the exact 10, it will be too big. The armhole will be too big. Now the armhole of this person is 21. So if you should do armhole divided by 2 and chest divided by 4, you notice that the value or the answer is just like ½ inch or thereabouts. Okay, so now we said to get the chest line from this point here, from the shoulder line, chest divided by 4 gives you 10. But I'll remove 3 since we have the back to cut to avoid the armhole too wide. So I'm marking at 7. Right, so this is my chest line. This is my chest line. Now, it is at this point, this chest line, we now put our chest measurement. The chest is 40. Take note, you're doing it from this ½ inch mark, 40, you mark. Then I'm adding just 1 inch or 1½ inch. Okay, so if you have your armhole curve, these are the points where you now do your armhole. So do it neatly as shown. If you have your armhole curve, you can do this easily. Alright, so we now have our armhole there. Now the next thing I'm to take is the top length. Now to do that, you're taking from the first line there, down, down, down. Now the top length is 32. So I'm marking 32 as shown. Then I'm adding just 1 inch. 1 inch. So this is where, okay, now in a situation whereby, your client is having a flat tummy, let's say the chest is 40 and the stomach is 35. That is to say, you're to move in. If your client is having a flat tummy, let's say the chest is 40 and the stomach is 36. That is to say, he or she is having a flat tummy. Then from here you move in, then out a little. But in this case, we are moving straight. So this is how to cut the front panel. Okay, so we are through with the front panel. Now quickly, when you're through, you put a notch here. As you can see, I've already done that. You put a notch. You also do it at the extreme. Okay, so to cut the back, now you fold your fabric again into 2. This time around, you fold your fabric into 2. But this time around, unlike the front panel, now take a look. You see that this closed part is facing you. But while we are cutting the front part, it was this open part, these 2 open parts that was facing you. So, but in this case, it will be the closed part. Alright, so you fold the fabric into the same width. Take note, same width. Now you get your front panel and you place it as shown. Now making sure that this edge they are equal, both of them are equal. Alright, so step 1, watch carefully. Step 1, you cut the shoulder slant for that of the back, cut it down. Okay, then step 2, you drag this down, drag it down. Okay, you drag it down, down at least 4 inch. But if you're doing for kids, at least 2.5, you can see 4 inch. Alright, so the next thing you do is you get this, you fold this on top of overlapping that of the front. Now for accuracy's sake, you mark ½ inch here, then ½ inch there. So you place this, making sure it should not exceed that ½ inch marked. So if you have your pressing iron, you just iron it down so it will be relaxed. Okay, now finally, please watch. You trace the neck. Now please take note, while tracing the neck, do not trace it from this point. No, you're tracing it from this point that you folded here, trying to stop there halfway. Then you open and you continue from somewhere here to meet up to that point. Now you close it back. Okay, now remember the neck. So I'll quickly show us how to remember. The neck is 16. So what you do is you put your tape from this point. Now watch carefully from this point, then you measure to confirm half of 15, which is okay, down. Okay, so what we have here is 9. So you're correct, you're safe. Starting from this point here, from here, you place your tape, move down this way, move down this way, so we are safe. All right, now we have 9 there, which is 18. Remember, our neck is 16, so by the time you sew half inch out, you see arrive at 6. So we're through with the neck point. Now finally the shoulder point. So remember, the shoulder is 18, so you mark 9 plus half inch. So you're tracing from here back the armhole, to trace back the armhole, tracing here back. Okay, so we have that. Now you trace the body too as well. So this is how to go about cutting our button down shirt. Okay, so we're now through with the front. This is our front panel and this is our back. So in the next component, I'll be showing us how to go about fixing our notch collar. Remember, the point of emphasis in this video is how to show us fixing the notch collar.